Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
This is my boomstick.
Here's Johnny.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Righteous! Righteous! Yeah!
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Houston, we have a problem.
The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Those Film Nerds podcast. My name is willspalding, joined as always by Sam Dierberger. Sam, what's going on?
We're here.
Right.
Which can't be said about last week.
It could,
but
well, it's tough when you're doing promotional tours. I mean, you were, I was stateside. You were all over the globe promoting. So
well, they don't even celebrate the 4th of July in Indonesia, which I didn't know. So
right,
yeah,
that's weird.
It's just another day for them.
It's a niche holiday, I guess.
I show up at the press, the press junction, and nothing, not a single American flag. So I get up there and, I promote the pod and
you were
they were very warm and receptive, but yeah.
It was a little harsh when you started cussing them out, but I get it.
Well, they didn't understand. I mean, I don't speak Indonesian.
Yeah. So that's
I had a translator with me, and there's some words that aren't quite equivalent.
Right. No,
So
it's good.
That was a good time.
We're back. We're back this week. We missed last week, and we both had busy schedules, and so it didn't work out. But I didn't think we really missed much. So we're back. We're back this week discussing something a little different than what we normally do. There wasn't much that got released this week. So instead, Sam, what did we decide to do?
This week we're going to be looking ahead.
Yeah.
No trailer for looking ahead, but
Not yet.
is looking ahead a movie? No. Could it be? Probably.
Actually, I'm looking it up right now because that sounds like a title.
That's a decent title.
It doesn't appear to be one, but
looking ahead. All right.
But yeah, you said it. We're looking ahead. We're seeing what movies are to come out yet in 2021, and maybe we'll get into 2022 a little bit. We'll see. We'll see how we're sitting on time. But yeah, we're just gonna kind of go over what we're interested in, what movies we might be covering on the pod, and so on. But Sam, you kind of said before we were just chatting a little bit off air, and you were saying maybe just kind of go over what we've seen so far as well, how the year's shaping up. So why don't you just start with that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, look, we're just looking at our lists on letterboxd.com, and both of us have 2021 ranked lists.
Yeah.
And really, if we reflect on this, I've seen 14 movies that were released this year.
Sam, you're missing Luca on here. I just noticed.
Oh no, I've seen 15 movies. Dang it!
All
right, where do I put Luca on this thing? This will be fun. Live ranking.
Yeah, so it's ahead of I Care a Lot. Let's just start there.
Is it? No, I'm just gonna get it yet. I mean,
oh man,
anything is ahead of I Care a Lot.
The further we get from that movie, the worse it gets. So
I forgot. It feels like I saw that movie so long ago. Like it really feels like some sort of demented, like horror dream from like a past life. I can't believe that came out this year.
Yeah, I can't believe that came out.
God, it seems like half of our episodes turn into I Care a Lot rants, but
I'm fine with that. I'm good with that.
I'm good with that. Okay, so Luca got 56% on the Dierberger scale. You might have heard of it. And So 56% is 2.5-star territory, if you recall.
Yeah.
And so if we look at my 2021 ranked list, we have for the 2.5 kind of area, we have Nobody, we have The Dig, we have Malcolm and Marie.
Oh, gross. Hate that movie.
Oh, he hates it. I don't remember you hating it.
Oh, I hate Malcolm and Marie.
Oh, okay.
It's brutal.
Luca is better than Malcolm and Marie. Luca is also probably better than The Dig, honestly. I thought The Dig was quite tame. I think we're going to put Luca just ahead of The Dig and just behind Nobody.
Nice. Live rankings.
Because you know, Bob Odenkirk has a special place in my heart.
Of course.
As he should. So yeah, that's where we'll put him. So anyway, where we were going with this was there haven't been a lot of great movies that have come out. Now this is July 8th at the time of recording, and we're not even close to Oscar season. But it is kind of funny to think that, you know, the film year is basically halfway over, especially considering the fact that we just did Oscar reactions like
it's not too
maybe
long
a month
ago.
and a half ago.
Not too long ago.
We were just done talking about 2020 releases like a month and a half ago, so that's pretty wild. But we thought this would be a good opportunity to check in halfway. So then, Will, how do you feel about this year so far? How are we feeling?
Not great, to be honest. It's been okay in some respects and not great in others. If I were to give the year so far a star rating, it'd be like a 3.
Okay.
Maybe a little less than a 3. We've had some good ones, but not many. Quite a few stinkers. So, but from looking at this list here of movies to come out, it looks like we're in for a good year, though. I'll say that.
Yeah.
What are you thinking so far, Sam?
Well, it's interesting because I think that a lot of the earlier releases that we've already gone through that were really, at least anticipated by me and very highly anticipated that we've already, watched and reviewed on the show.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of, The Woman in the Window, A Quiet Place Part 2, Cruella, Nobody. All of those ended up to be at least somewhat disappointing for me. To varying degrees, obviously. But
well, Sam,
yeah.
keep in mind, we haven't seen Space Jam: A New Legacy yet. So keep that in mind.
I know. We'll get there. Space Jam: A New Legacy.
Yeah.
That thing, I've been hearing about that thing for probably like 8 years.
A decade. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
more than a decade.
How long has that been in contention?
Oh, probably since LeBron came into the league in 2003. So
unbelievable.
Yeah, it's been a while. But yeah, so the year's been average so far. But I feel like it's probably that way every year. You get to the July and there hasn't been much yet. I mean, I know you and I are both kind of Oscar guys, and we like the Oscars and we like the awardsy movies, I should say. Yeah. So, we'll be hitting our stride here sometime soon. But yeah, so it's shaping up. I think it'll be shaping up to be a good year.
Is there such thing as a bad year, though?
Yes, 2018. Thank you.
2018. Let's think about this for a second. Oh my God. Oh, hang on. Now I'm gonna look at the 2018
go into your
list.
films on Letterboxd and search 2018. But anyway, as you're doing that and check back in, I'm just gonna start with this anticipating the movies to come out. And I teased it earlier, but the greatest movie of all time is coming out July 16th. That is Space Jam: A New Legacy. Of course, we got Bugs, we got Braun, we got Don Cheadle, everyone's favorite. It's gonna be awesome. And Sam, this movie is gonna be so darn incredible because LeBron James is involved. So.
Well, I mean, I'm glad he's finally graduated from the Sprite commercials.
Yeah.
Like,
right. Well,
like I think the executives saw the Christmas Sprite cranberry commercials and they were like, I think he's ready for Space Jam.
right.
I think that's what we need him in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which it's actually funny. Like, I'd like to look in the production history of this film because, again, I swear they've been filming it for like 8 years.
Yeah.
Like, it's quite possible that LeBron will look just youthful.
I don't know how long it's been. It's definitely been in pre-production for about that long, for sure.
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah.
tossed around a bunch, but moving on. Sam, have you ever heard of this guy, M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong?
I know that Shamalama Ding Dong was my nickname in high school, but no, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I call him that all the time. But no,
yeah,
we have a new M. Night movie coming out July 23rd called
Yes.
Old. And Sam, have you seen
Yes.
the trailers for this? Because the trailers look awesome. Like
I
absolutely.
have seen the trailers. I actually saw the trailers last week after stumbling upon, late at night. I don't know. You probably do this too, because you're like me, but I just go on these like Wikipedia rabbit holes, right?
Oh yeah.
And I ended up
Familiar with
on
rabbit
M. Night's right. I love rabbit holes. I ended up on M. Night Shyamalan's Wikipedia page, and I was looking at his filmography because I knew he had been doing stuff, like he had been active because he had that Apple TV original series, that limited series called Servant, like last year. And I don't know if he directed that or produced it. He definitely wrote it to some capacity. I don't know. But so I was looking at that and I'm like, Old. Huh. So I went on that Wikipedia page and then I read the premise and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh. So then I had to watch the trailer. And then I agree, the trailer looks fantastic.
Yeah. The short, it's a one-sentence description is a family on a tropical holiday discovers that the secluded beach where they are staying is somehow causing them to age rapidly, reducing their entire lives into a single day. And that description, I feel like doesn't do it justice because that trailer itself looks awesome and great cast. And it should be really, really pretty good. And I'm hopeful. We've seen M. Night Shyamalan do a lot of stinkers. It's my opinion he's made the worst movie ever in The Last Airbender, and he's made some good ones too, but a lot of bad.
A certain teacher, and I think this is accurate, a certain teacher that we both know called M. Night Shyamalan the most inconsistent director to ever live, and that's probably true.
Yeah.
Because he has made some like truly incredible movies.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, and it's not like he has like a good part of his career and a bad part of his career. Like
they're intermixed everywhere. Yep.
They're mixed everywhere. Like he doesn't, he's consistently inconsistent. I mean, that's the right way to put it. So,
yeah, and you love The Happening, so.
I love The Happening.
Yeah, you talk about it all the time, and I just
when I watch The Happening, The Happening puts me in a certain type of mood.
It does. It does.
So I yeah. When you said he was responsible for the worst movie ever made, I thought you were talking about The Happening. I guess you were talking about The Last Airbender.
Oh, The Happening is real bad too, man. But The Last Airbender is the worst movie ever made, and I will stand by that. Not my least favorite, but the worst.
Okay, fair enough.
Moving on, Sam. July 30th, the week after Old, I guess is the time when every movie is supposed to come out, because there's four releases that I'm interested in seeing, which is just insane.
Okay.
I'll start you off with The Green Knight, A24, David Lowery,
Ooh.
Dev Patel. I assume this will be the movie we do the episode on that week. This one sounds super interesting. An epic fantasy adventure based on the timeless Arthurian legend. The Green Knight tells the story of Sir Gawain, King Arthur's reckless and headstrong nephew, who embarks on a daring quest to confront the eponymous Green Knight, a gigantic emerald-skinned stranger and tester of men. Yeah, I love David Lowery. A24 obviously is great too. And this sounds really interesting. What are your thoughts on The Green Knight, Sam?
Tester of men. Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Should be cool. Poster's cool movie too.
Yeah, the poster looks real cool. Interesting font too for kind of a medieval type film, but it is refreshing to see a medieval.
Yeah.
We really don't see that unless we get a Robin Hood remake or something like that. So it'll be nice to see something fresh. Yeah, this looks good. I mean, I'm excited for it. And also, period pieces have a tendency to run over long, but I mean, this is just over 2 hours. So
yeah, that's really not too bad.
So I have high hopes for that. Yeah, I'm excited.
Also on July 30th, we have a film called 9 Days. A reclusive man conducts a series of interviews with human souls for a chance to be born. I mean, we got Soul Part 2, essentially. Also another awesome poster. But 9 Days.
Yeah.
So that sounds interesting. Also, July 30th, we got 2 more. I won't go super into detail on these ones. Jungle Cruise with Emily Blunt and Dwayne Johnson. Could be interesting. And Stillwater, a Matt Damon movie where it looks like he's kind of rescuing his daughter who's trapped in a prison camp somewhere. Maybe kind of a Jason Bourne type movie. We'll have to see.
Confronted with language barriers, cultural differences, and a complicated legal system, Bill builds a new life for himself in France as he makes it his personal mission to exonerate his daughter.
It's funny. The description sounds pretty bad, and it does. This movie was supposed to come out last year, and it got pushed, which is also concerning. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes, also concerning. So I think I mentioned this one last for a reason. I think it might be kind of bad, but we'll see. We won't do an episode on that one because I think it might be bad. I'll just say that.
What if it's absolutely incredible?
Well, then we'll talk about it Oscar season, I guess.
I mean, Damon grew like a goatee for it and everything. So
he did. He looks real Oklahoman.
Yeah.
Is he from? Yeah. It even says Oklahoma in it. Boom.
Almost unrecognizable. You really knew he was from Oklahoma, like just by looking at him?
It just looks like he hates traffic circles. So. That gave it away.
Traffic circles. Traffic circles seem like they're the politically correct term for roundabouts.
Roundabouts, yeah.
Like I grew up calling them roundabouts, but for some reason I feel like that could be like a slur or something.
Right.
Roundabout up there. Okay, so anyway, Stillwater. Not named after the town in eastern Minnesota with lots of roundabouts, but
no, it's should be.
So yeah, okay. So we got Stillwater.
Yes, a couple weeks later, we have a film called Coda, which premiered at Cannes. It might have been TIFF. It actually might have been TIFF Film Festival.
Okay.
Coda. As a Coda, child of deaf adults, Ruby is the only hearing person in her deaf family. When the family's fishing business is threatened, Ruby finds herself torn between pursuing her love of music and her fear of abandoning her parents. I've heard this is great. The actress Emilia Jones is getting, Oscar buzz, and apparently Coda, CODA, is supposed to be real great. Also,
Kind of like the anti sound of metal.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. Yeah. That same day, we have Respect, the Jennifer Hudson, Aretha Franklin biopic.
It's pronounced RESPECT.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
We talked about this.
We're going to find out what it means, too. So, to her. I don't know in a broad sense, but to her.
I'm just imagining the trailer like, you'll find out what it means August 30th, 2021.
Gosh, that's a good call. I didn't even think
August
of that.
13th.
Yeah. No, I did not think of that, and that's totally going to be it.
Oh, totally.
But yeah, so this might be interesting. We'll either do an episode on Coda or Respect, more than likely. Sam, here's the big question. Do you think Jennifer Hudson is nominated for Best Actress?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Come on.
She's
Yeah.
singing, so boom.
Well, and she's playing Aretha Franklin. Like,
yeah.
That's gonna be just, I don't know.
It's pretty baity. You're right. It's pretty baity.
It's just very baity. Anything with soul is very baity. So yeah, pretty much a deadlock for a nomination in my eyes, but we'll see if she deserves it or not. I mean, I'm sure she'll do great.
Right. Well, a couple weeks after that, we have the new Jordan Peele produced horror movie called Candyman. We'll likely do an episode on this one. It has Yahya Abdul-Mateen, who I'm a fan of. Sam, I think you are too. He was in Trial of Chicago 7, and he's been in a number of things.
Yeah.
Us, another Jordan Peele joint. This is a remake, obviously, but could be cool. Do you have any thoughts on this one, Sam?
Yeah, I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure what it is really. I don't know if it's a remake, a sequel, what it is really.
I think it's a remake, but I'm not sure because it's tied to the other three, I guess.
Like if you watch the trailer, it's implied that it has some sort of
relevance,
yes. And the trailer looks really good, by the way.
Trailer looks great.
I've watched the trailer at least twice now. And I mean, I'm terrified by it just seeing it. And it also is apparently going to have, signature Jordan Peele themes of race relations and stuff like that. And I'm really fascinated to see what I don't know how much creative input he had, but I want to see what Nia DaCosta wants to do with it. And
right.
I'm pretty excited.
We've seen Peele as a great social commentator, at least in his first two films. So hopefully that continues.
Yeah. Really looking forward to this one, actually. I was looking forward to Us as well. And I remember really seeing that in the theater and really enjoying it quite a bit.
You're higher
more than I should have.
You're higher on us. You're higher on Us than I am.
When I saw it, I really enjoyed it, and then I then I thought about some of its flaws, and then I scourged the internet looking for people to confirm my opinion. So it is a good movie. It probably not on the level of Get Out, but it is a good film. So Candyman, don't say it 5 times. I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, so I've heard. The next week we have Soggy Bottom, although I'm not sure this is going to be released on September 10th. I don't think it will be. The new Paul Thomas Anderson movie.
Yeah.
I would doubt it if it is, but man, Paul Thomas Anderson is one of my favorites, and that dude can do no wrong to me.
Yeah. You know, on Letterboxd, it's still not even titled.
Does it still say untitled?
Paul Thomas Anderson project, yeah. Which
Really?
for a moment I thought maybe he's going like super meta and he's just calling it untitled Paul Thomas Anderson project.
He would do that, man.
Which is something he would do.
It's
and,
funny. PTA, the director, is such a weird guy. I mean, you're like, okay, well, he's made Phantom Thread, Boogie Nights, and Inherent Vice. You're like, okay, this guy's a nut job, right? But he's so normal in real life. He loves,
I know it's bizarre.
He loves Adam Sandler, like dumb Adam Sandler movies. That's why he made Punch Drunk Love. It turned into something different, but that's why he made it. He's just a normal dude, which is awesome too. So yeah, super excited for that. And Sam, I want to ask you too. What do you think about Cooper Hoffman?
Have you seen some of the stills of Cooper on set?
I haven't.
It's kind of interesting. You know, he looks very 70s.
Okay, cool.
He looks like he's really inhabiting the role, which is good. He's wearing these white bell bottoms and hippie looking shirt thing. I mean,
I hope Bradley Cooper is too.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it looks really good. So,
Good.
I mean, yeah, I'm on board with it. It's something PTA made. There's really not much we can say about it because it's really been kept under wraps. We know it's set in the 70s in the San Fernando Valley because, you know, everything Paul Thomas Anderson makes is set in the San Fernando Valley. And
it has to be contractually.
It has to be contractually, and and it involves a high school student, so kind of a coming of age story, sort of.
Right.
Which will be interesting to see PTA make. You know, he hasn't really done that before. I guess you could argue Boogie Nights is a coming of age story in its own way, but
gosh, Boogie Nights is so good, man.
It's so incredible.
Hey Sam, you ever seen Star Wars?
No, never.
That interaction between John C. and Mark Wahlberg for the first time is hilarious.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I didn't even pick up on that.
You ever seen Star Wars? Yeah, like 3 times. Fantastic. All right, moving on.
I need to rewatch. Oh my God. It's been a while.
So do I. The next week after that, Sam, tell me what you know about The Eyes of Tammy Faye, starring Jessica Chastain and Andrew Garfield. It sounds really interesting.
I know absolutely nothing about this.
Great, because let me read you the premise, because this sounds awesome. In the 1970s and 80s, Tammy Faye and Jim Baker rose from humble beginnings to create the world's largest religious broadcasting network and a theme park, and were revered for their message of love, acceptance, and prosperity. Ooh, this could be good, man.
Something tells me that this movie isn't all about love, acceptance, and prosperity.
This could be real good, dude.
You know, I've been saying a lot lately. You know, I've recommended a few things. I've been really into cults lately.
Yeah.
I'm in several cults myself. You know.
Yep. Did you get your new membership card for the one?
I did.
Okay, good.
I did. The one we're in together. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, in the words of Creed Bratton, you know, you you have more fun as a follower, but you make more money as a leader, and that's a good general principle to apply to cults. So yeah, I mean, I'm in the middle of a cultish obsession with cults, and I'm guessing this is going to be a movie about a cult. So, The Eyes of Tammy Faye color me interested,
Yeah, man. Oh my gosh.
especially with Jessica Chastain. She's got those like hypnotizing eyes. Probably perfect casting, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and Andrew Garfield is. I wish they had the look up the eyes of Tammy Faye on the internet, Sam, and just go to images. You'll see the one image, at least the one image I'm familiar of, and it's the two of them, and they look so great.
Oh, look at that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Look at them. They can't even be recognized.
It looks real. Are you? Did you see the one with like where Andrew Garfield's wearing the blue shirt and?
Yes.
Yeah.
He looks like he's 60. Look at that.
It almost kind of, I feel like it's gonna. Did you see the Tom Hanks Fred Rogers movie a couple years back?
I did not.
Okay, I feel like it might have a little bit of that vibe, slightly, maybe. I don't know, man. This could be. This interests me though. We'll move on though.
I'm getting much creepier vibes than that.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
Like,
yes, absolutely.
It's not. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I always felt that like casting Tom Hanks as Fred Rogers was just too obvious. Like it was just too.
It's America's dad, America's grandpa. What do you mean?
I know. It's too obvious.
And I've always said, America's awesome cousin, Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a shame.
Troubled cousin. Troubled cousin.
So Sam,
get Joaquin Phoenix to play Fred Rogers, and then I'll be impressed. Anyway, moving on.
Joaquin Phoenix, that'd be something, man.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day for a neighbor.
Yep. That'd be scary. Yep, that'd be nightmares. So, all right. The week after, or a couple weeks after, 2 weeks after, we have No Time to Die, which I guess is coming out. I didn't think it ever would. I thought somebody had burned it and buried it, but I guess it's coming out, Sam. What? I'll believe it when I see it. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, this movie was never real.
Yeah.
They just shot enough for a trailer, and then they just put that together.
It'll be delayed again. Oh yeah, it's never coming out.
They're gonna release it, and it's gonna be like 4 minutes long. They're gonna be like director's cut. Here we go. It's like 4 minutes. Yeah, I just don't even care about this movie at this point. Like,
it seems so far out. Like, I
Yeah.
remember. This was this? It was it was like really early 2020, like February when it was originally supposed to come out. Or it was supposed to come out in March, and then I got an alert on my phone. It was like, No Time to Die has pushed back. And I was like, why? Why is it pushed back?
yeah,
And then to find out it's literally been a year and a half since this was supposed to come out. And a year and a half of COVID time is like, I don't know, 90 years regular time. So it's been a while.
yeah. I mean, all the cast members will be dead by the time this
Yeah.
really comes out. You know?
Yeah, Daniel Craig definitely does not remember making this. Like,
No.
what? You mean Knives Out 2? Like, no, Daniel.
This was a while ago.
Yeah. By the way, Sam,
Yeah.
we should be getting our casting call for Knives Out 2 soon, I would assume. I mean, everyone else is in it. I don't see why we wouldn't be in it.
Yeah, I mean, my dad got his call yesterday, so I was like, "Am I next on the list?" Like, last name. I don't know. So, yeah, I mean, I should be getting around to it.
Yeah.
Have you gotten your Knives Out 2, casting card? And posted it on your Snapchat story and
It
everything.
should be coming in soon. So we'll get it eventually. the next week after No Time to Die, which won't come out, but the next week we have Ridley Scott's The Last Duel. And Sam, if you haven't seen images of this, look this one up too. The Last Duel. That's Duel. Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Adam Driver, and they got some wonky hair and some wonky facial hair.
This is what I needed in my life.
It's King Charles VI declares that Knight Jean de Carroges settle his dispute with his squire by challenging him to a duel. Seems pretty simple. Seems pretty self-explanatory. But, you know, we talked earlier, we talked to M. Night Shyamalan and how pretty inconsistent he is. Ridley Scott is right up there with the inconsistencies as well. I mean, this guy, you know, he made Alien and he also made some stinkers. So,
yeah. I mean, looking at the stills, first of all, this is interesting because it was at least partially, partially made after post-COVID, right? So, because I'm seeing images of, cast members in masks and everything.
oh, interesting. Okay.
So, I mean, I would assume this was wrapped filming, sometime late last year.
Yeah.
And which is interesting too, because, Ridley Scott has a history with really doing interesting scheduling when he's filming a movie.
Yeah.
There was that All the Money in the World from like 2017. When they filmed the movie, it was in post-production, everything was done, and then Kevin Spacey got hit with all these sexual assault allegations, and of course they replaced him with Christopher Plummer. And really, Scott was just okay with like being like, all right, let's reshoot all the scenes. Like the movie was like a month away from being released. And he's just like, all right, let's get back in there. So I can see why I didn't have a problem going back to film, I guess.
Yeah, the thing that most concerns me about The Last Duel is Ridley, as I mentioned, he's known to check out. Sometimes he's probably not even awake at the director's chair. He just sleeps and lets someone else do it. He has 2 films coming out this year. One we'll get into later. So that concerns me. Hopefully both of them are good, but I'm assuming one's not going to be. And if one isn't going to be, I hope it's this one over the latter. So, yeah, The Last Duel.
Yeah, he's getting up there in years, isn't he, Ridley Scott?
Oh, gosh. How he has to be.
The man is 83 years old.
Yeah. Whew. Still putting out 2 films a year. I mean, good for him.
Busy man. Busy man.
So,
yeah.
The next week, Sam, October 22nd, we got a busy weekend that weekend. At first, this was supposed to be Dune, The French Dispatch, and Last Night in Soho, the Edgar Wright film, Last Night in Soho. I saw so many posts about this on social media and over the internet, and internet nerds freaking out like, oh my gosh, this is going to be the greatest weekend ever. And I commented on as many as I could and said, you guys realize not all 3 of these are coming out the same weekend, right? Like this isn't going to happen. One of them or both or 2 will move. And that was about 3 weeks ago, and one of them has already moved. So that's good. We don't have to spend all week at the movies, but for October 22nd, we have Dune and The French Dispatch. Man, what a weekend though. That'll be fun.
Yeah, both of which have been highly anticipated.
Yeah. And which one is more anticipated for you?
Oh, The French Dispatch. I don't care about Dune. I never really particularly cared about Dune.
But you have watched the David Lynch movie 3, 4, 5.
I watched the first half of it or so, and then all of a sudden David Lynch burst into my living room, kicked down the door, ripped the VHS out of the player, and smashed it with a sledgehammer and threatened to kill me if I ever did that again.
Yeah.
So I've seen half of it.
Yep. It was great. Loved it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Dune, French Dispatch. We'll likely do a French Dispatch episode because I know we both love Wes Anderson. But still, I'll see Dune as well. This will be a good weekend. One that I'm really excited for.
Yeah, I think everyone's excited for that weekend.
Yeah.
Because really, you know, the film universe is divided by, you know, Denis Villeneuve fans and Wes Anderson fans. I mean, there's no interlap there. I mean, come
Those
on. So,
could you actually, Sam? Could you name two more opposite directors? Denis, one of the grittier directors and just not fun people to watch, and then Wes, who is just the exact opposite.
yeah, you know, it's you think about it like Villeneuve. What's his most like Wes Anderson-ish movie? And it's like, I don't know, Arrival, probably, because there's a lot of symmetry in some of those of that cinematography.
But he has no fun movies. You look at his filmography and you're like, man, some of these are good, but like not fun at all.
These are some downers.
Yeah, they are some downers. You're right.
It's I mean, I'm not super into that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I probably need to see more. But yeah, I mean, either way, we're going to be seeing all of it, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I'll sit through Dune. I'm not excited for it because I think it's a weird corner of like of a cult following
of sci-fi. I've heard, and I'm sure you have too, that it's unfilmable. So if it doesn't work, hopefully we just never do it again. So, and that'll be the end of the story.
Yeah.
The week after, I've teased it already. We have Last Night in Soho. Edgar Wright. This looks interesting. A young girl passionate about fashion design is mysteriously able to enter the 1960s, where she encounters her idol, a dazzling wannabe singer. But 1960s London is not what it seems, and time seems to be falling apart with shady consequences.
Ooh.
Should be good, man. I love Edgar Wright. He's super the opposite of Denis.
Yeah.
So it should be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I love the aesthetic of this film. Like, even looking at the poster, I mean,
that looks cool. It looks like a weird Barbie doll type thing.
Yeah.
Kinda
And then the font is like that, you know, electric neon lights.
Yeah.
Neon lights look. Yeah. Real.
Looks awesome.
Real fun. I'm not as high on Edgar Wright as you are. I just think he's sort of, well, I really haven't seen anything by him except. Okay, I'm not even going to say anything because I can't hold a correct opinion. All I'm saying is Baby Driver's not that great.
I agree with you there. Baby Driver's not. It's his worst film to me.
Okay. Okay, we're on the same page about that.
Yeah, I think his other films are quite good though.
All right.
The week after, we have Chloe Zhao coming to the MCU, Sam, for the third Marvel movie of the year, Eternals. Sam, Chloe Zhao, I know you hate the MCU, but this is my question. Does Chloe Zhao interest you enough at all to even entertain the thought of this?
I mean, I'll see the trailer.
Nice.
I'll see the trailer. You know,
good. That's
I'll watch it.
something.
You know,
here we go, Sam. Ghostbusters Afterlife. What are your thoughts on Ghostbusters? Do we need to bring this back?
Do we need to talk about Ghostbusters? I mean,
what are we doing here?
I saw the first one, like any good American. I love Bill Murray as much as the next guy.
And Dan Aykroyd.
That's
what your back tat says. So.
Well, I mean, yeah, Dan Aykroyd is really just. I'm a fan of Dan Aykroyd because I'm fascinated by aliens, and so is he. You know,
Right.
And it's like kind of like he's sort of an advocate for the community. So that's why I like Dan Aykroyd.
Right.
Also, he can play harmonica like a madman, blues harmonica. So yeah, I'm a fan. Anyway, Ghostbusters is kind of I don't know. It's fun. It's a good time. I don't think Bill Murray wanted to be brought back to make another one.
Well, I don't think he is coming back, is he? Or am I? Oh,
No,
is.
he's gonna show up. He's gonna show up.
Oh, great.
They had to get Paul Rudd in this thing, which Paul Rudd is one of those guys that is so likable. I just don't trust him. You know,
That's fantastic.
he just seems like a great guy, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it just kind of bothers me.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
I feel like I don't have a chance with any girl ever because because freaking Paul Rudd exists.
Yeah.
Like, everyone loves him, and I'm like, handsome devil. He's also in his Paul Rudd is like 52.
Yeah, he's getting up there in age. He doesn't age is the thing.
And he's just doing movies all the time. Like he's everywhere. I'm like, just get out of my face. So Ghostbusters Afterlife, will I go see it? I probably not. I mean,
Because I'm insane, but
it depends on how I feel. How are you feeling about it?
I don't super care about Ghostbusters, but Sam, you know me, it's a new movie, so I am going to see it. That's what it comes down to.
Right, exactly.
Moving on here. We got Top Gun Maverick. Tom Cruise is back, baby.
Yeah.
Dude, this is gonna be awesome, man. It's just gonna be so much fun. And but for you, Sam, the same day, that being November 19th, the same day is King Richard starring Will Smith. And it's the story about the father of Serena and Venus Williams.
See, this is interesting. I think it will be. I think this is a good sleeper. I think we can see
Will Smith could be shockingly good in this.
I think it could be quite good. This movie, because it's such an odd thing to make a movie about.
Yep.
That you would think that like whoever wrote this screenplay probably had good reasons to. Like, there's a part of the story that we really don't understand that's really powerful. So I'm going to see King Richard. I mean, I'm going to see it. And we'll see what it's about. We'll probably get a trailer here
sometime
pretty
soon, I would imagine.
Yeah. So we'll see how it looks, and I'm in on this.
Good. Well, hey, I teased it earlier. Ridley Scott's second movie happens to be my most anticipated movie for the rest of the year, and that is House of Gucci.
Finally.
Starring Lady Gaga, Adam Driver, Al Pacino, Jared Leto, Jeremy Irons, Salma Hayek, and company. We have the story of how Patricia Reggiana, the ex-wife of Maurizio Gucci, plotted to kill her husband, the grandson of renowned fashion designer Guccio Gucci. And man, Sam, do I love a murder, and do I love Lady Gaga. So this is perfect. This is going to be so awesome.
It's really nice to see her in a non-musical role.
I would love her to start acting more too. So
yeah, because she can act. It's just,
oh gosh, yeah, absolutely.
But it's just she's tied down by that label. Several weeks ago, we had this conversation about, singers getting into music and everything. Or singers getting into acting and vice versa. And it's Lady Gaga is living proof of of
Of
a
why it worked.
crossover
Yeah.
artist. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we're excited for House of Gucci.
Yeah, it's gonna be so awesome. I cannot wait.
I can't
That's-
believe she greenlit this, but yeah.
That's one of those actually, Sam, that is so built up in my mind that if it is even just great, I'm gonna be disappointed. So
right.
I'm probably setting myself up for failure, but we will see, I suppose. The week after that, Sam, we have Nightmare Alley, and I feel like this one's gonna be right up your alley. But listen to this, Sam. So Guillermo del Toro at the helm. We have Bradley Cooper, Kate Blanchett, Toni Collette, Rooney Mara, Richard Jenkins, Ron Perlman, Willem Dafoe, David Strathairn. I don't know if you could get a better cast than that. And it's definitely going for a noir feel, an ambitious young carny with a talent for manipulating people with a few well-chosen words, hooks up with a female psychiatrist who is even more dangerous than he is. Sam, this movie's going to be great.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, this one's going to be real good. Do you have any thoughts?
God, Kate Blanchett. Oh my God, Kate Blanchett.
Yeah,
she's gonna be so good. Oh my God. This might be my most highly anticipated. I've been
good. Very good.
Although I will say this poster looks horrible. But have you seen this poster on Letterboxd? It is not ideal, but
not great. You're right.
It's almost so bad. They're going for a certain aesthetic, but I'm excited. I really am. There's literally a comment that says, "I adore this poster." Okay, whatever. And it says, and yes, this is my most anticipated movie ever at the moment because of 4 things: Toni Collette, Guillermo del Toro, Kate Blanchett. Love the original. Oh, there's an original, you say?
Yeah, I thought I heard that. I won't see it because I want to come into this fresh and just know nothing and just be blown away.
I know nothing.
And Guillermo del Toro, of course, made your favorite movie of all time.
Oh, Shape of Water. Oh, Shape of Water.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What a masterpiece.
Yeah, we love that. But next week, Sam, the week after that, December 10th, we have West Side Story from Steven Spielberg. I think I pronounced that right. So
who's that?
I don't know. It's funny. You think West Side Story, and I'm just kind of like, that we did this already. Do we really need to do this again? And
right.
So obviously saw the trailer to this at In the Heights, and I'd seen it before, but saw it again, and that opening shot in the trailer where both gangs are walking in from different sides of a warehouse, and it just says Steven Spielberg in the center, and I just think, oh yeah, we need this. We need this.
Well, it's about time.
Yeah. Spielberg is great. If it wasn't him, I'd be concerned, but because it is him, I'm optimistic.
I've been thinking a lot about this recently, and I'm like, Spielberg really is, for like, if there's an objective answer for the greatest of all time, it's him.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
It's just the correct answer. We all have our opinions, but Spielberg is the best. I mean, there's no way around it.
Most well-rounded and consistent.
He is the only director I'll go see because his name's attached to the project. Because like you say, like, and I don't mean like obviously, Joel Cohen actually has a movie coming out soon.
Tragedy of Macbeth, yeah.
Which I don't know if that's on your list or not, but I'll go see that because he's half of the Coen brothers, right? But like I'll read the description of a Steven Spielberg movie and I'll be like, well, that sounds meh. And then I'm like, yeah, but it's a Spielberg movie, better go see it. Right. Like it's he has a touch. He has a touch to things. So yeah.
Yeah, Tragedy of Macbeth isn't on my list because I just don't know. I don't know when it's coming out yet. I'm only doing things with dates. And that's really the last thing of 2021 that I'm interested in. Sam, I'm going to hit 4 real quick that are in 2022. All of which I believe we've talked about on the. Oh, maybe not. Maybe 3 of them. Okay. We have Death on the Nile. I know we both liked Murder on the Orient Express, so I know we're both excited for this one. Great cast again. Should be awesome.
Yeah.
Love Kenneth. Kenneth Branagh. So that'll be cool.
Of course.
A couple 3 weeks later, we have the Batman. And Sam, I know you're not a superhero guy, but Batman looks pretty cool.
Yes, Batman does look very cool because it's not going to be superhero-y. It's just going to be Batman-y, which when I was growing up, Batman. I was on top of Batman because Batman was not a superhero, really, in my eyes. He was a detective. And this is the true
detective story.
This is the best.
Right.
Yes, this is the best depiction of Batman from what we see in the teasers. So we're excited for the Batman.
I'm going to mention the next Pixar film called Turning Red. That's in March next year. We really don't know anything about it. Don't even really have a cast yet. Turning Red by Pixar could be cool. And then Sam, the last one I'll mention before we get out of here, The Northman. I keep saying it. I hate Robert Eggers, but man, this looks good. Or this sounds good. We haven't really seen anything about it, but
yeah.
The one thing that kind of pisses me off, actually, is the tagline is from acclaimed director Robert Eggers. You're not acclaimed, bro. I hate you. But other than that.
Yeah, don't you need like some Oscar noms to be acclaimed?
Yeah.
I don't know. You don't hate him.
Oh.
He's like Eggers Eggers does what he wants. And,
he's remaking Nosferatu? Why? Oh, come on, dude.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be remaking Nosferatu before he went and made The Northman, but then he just went ahead and made The Northman, so I don't know.
Gosh.
So whatever.
Not excited.
Right.
Not excited for that.
I'm cool with it. I don't know. I'm gonna go see it. I think he's gonna pull back a little bit from the weirdness that was The Lighthouse. I really do believe that. I think it's gonna be good.
You better, because this is about The Northman is the last straw. Because I'm actually excited for this. If he doesn't hit this one for me, then I'm out. So, Sam,
okay.
What do you think about the rest of this year? What's your actually, here we go. Give me a star rating for the first half of this year, and then give me a star rating for what you think the rest of the year will be.
Oh, I'll give like the first half of this year like 2. And the rest of this year, I'm hoping for a solid 3.5.
Nice, good.
I don't need to ask much. I don't ask much from 2021. You know, it very much is just 2021 is just the shambles of 2020.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Beggars can't be choosers, but like, hey, I look forward to seeing some good movies in the next 6 months. I don't know about you.
So, real quick before we hit a recommendation, what's your number one anticipated? Is it Nightmare Alley? Is that what you said, or?
It is Nightmare Alley. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
hands down. I've actually been hearing about that for a while.
Yeah.
And Guillermo del Toro was a bit of a put off for me. But you know.
Oh boy, bro.
The more I look into it, the more I'm like, it looks pretty good. What about you? What's your most anticipated?
You gotta go House of Gucci. House of Gucci, man.
Really? Okay, yeah. Yeah.
There we go. Let's hit some recommendations here, and then we can get the heck out. I got one I'm kind of excited about, to be honest.
Okay.
It's funny. We talked.
Okay, hit me.
Am I crazy or the last episode we did was Luca, correct?
Yeah.
I think so. Okay.
I believe so.
Pixar's giving us more content though, man. We got a Pixar TV show out, and it's in the Monsters universe. We got Monsters at Work. First 2 episodes came out today. Watched them before we hopped on, and they're really pretty good. They're entertaining enough. So it's definitely
they're entertaining enough.
It's definitely a little kid-ish, but I still that's what I'm going with. Monsters at Work.
Yeah.
Disney Plus. And Sam, what's your recommendation?
My recommendation now is I'm gonna go for a Joe Rogan Experience podcast episode, which I know he's a competitor. I know, like, it's like we're neck and neck for the biggest podcast in the world, us and Joe, but you know, he still puts out good content. He had Quentin Tarantino. I don't know if you heard of this guy. He had Quentin Tarantino on like last week. Yeah, so apparently this guy's a film director. And it was really fascinating because Quentin doesn't really even talk about his own movies. Like, he more just talks about like other movies because he's like a cinephile to end all cinephiles. Like, he knows everything, right? And he's also incredibly candid about the way the film industry works. Like, it's really fascinating to hear him talk because he'll just like throw out stories about things that he has insider knowledge of that you would think, like, don't you think you signed like a non-disclosure agreement about something like that? They just, you know, you get him talking and he'll just say anything. So it's really, really fascinating. They cover a lot of ground, and I've never seen Quentin sit down for that kind of length.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like him. That's cool though. I'll have to check that out. Yeah,
definitely check it out on Spotify because that's where all the episodes are now. So yeah.
Well, hey Sam, where can I find you on Letterboxd?
If you're looking, you can find me on letterboxd.com/sjdierberger. And where can I find you, Will?
Same place at Will Spalding, and you can find the show at anchor.fm/thosefilmnerds and weebly.fm weebly.thosefilmnerds.weebly.com and thosefilmnerds at gmail.com. If you have any movie related stuff, email it in. And at Those Film Nerds on all podcast platforms. And Sam, until next time,
keep watching movies, everyone. Have a great week.
Thank you.
Ever thought about making a podcast? Well, Anchor is the easiest and simplest way to do so. Let me explain. For starters, it's free. There's also creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone